Also, often we forget when we see celebrities and people who've achieved so much, people like Tyler, we don't understand that middle point. You know a little bit of the beginning, you come from nothing and you build up to being this giant. But what does that gray area middle look like? And that really defines someone's success, right? Just that dedication and not giving up.
And when it got really dark, I give you 2 words that helped me. Encourage yourself. If the people around me were negative and naysayers, and listen, I had people that loved me that told me to stop. I was never going to make it. My mother told me I was never going to make it. It wasn't that she was trying to hurt me. It's just that she couldn't see what God had planted in me. And her vision for me was to go work at the phone company, make a few $100s a month and get some benefits. She would have been very happy with that. But when God puts something down on the inside of you and it starts growing, it will stretch everything inside of you till it gets out.
It's not some blockbuster film that's got Tyler Perry back in the spotlight. This time, it's real-life drama stirring things up, courtesy of his ex-girlfriend, Delilah Beale. After staying quiet for years, she's finally speaking out, and she's revealing what really tore them apart. And trust, it's uglier than folks imagined. She's not just hinting at a quiet breakup either. She's naming names, exposing secrets, and even dropping some eyebrow-raising preferences. And it just keeps getting wilder. Word on the street is there's a lawsuit in motion accusing Perry of emotional manipulation and harassment. There are whispers about some shady dealings involving male companions, and how a few people from his tight-knit circle suddenly vanished. Along with all that, leaked messages have started making rounds. So when folks thought Delilah walked away from a peaceful split, she might have actually been escaping something way deeper, with receipts reportedly surfacing and legal chaos mounting. That squeaky clean image Perry's been holding on to might be breaking down, and fast. Their relationship was always super private, which many already knew. No public wedding plans, no fancy red carpet appearances, not even a formal engagement. Perry popped up on Instagram one day and said, "I'm 51, I'm single, and I'm just thinking about what's next." And that was that. Not a single mention of Delilah, just quiet, no clear reason, no closure. Even back then, folks were side-eyeing it. And today, people definitely aren't buying it. Perry made a name for himself by pouring emotion into his films. But when it came to his personal life, he stayed tight-lipped. People noticed that double standard. His movies were all about raw emotion and vulnerability. But in real life, Perry wasn't giving the public anything close to that. For years, people have been side-eyeing that contradiction. There have long been rumors about his sexuality, and he was said to lose his temper at the slightest suggestion that he was gay or closeted. Some others thought he stayed with Delilah to stop the rumors, not because he was in love. Maintaining his reputation as a family guy was essential to safeguarding his empire. Let us be honest, do celebrities use their long-term partnerships as a shield? That is not really novel. People were expressing it bluntly online. The entire connection appeared to be contrived. That silence. Perry and Delilah never responded to the rumors. It simply maintained the excitement. Even after posting, one individual continued to act as though he liked women. He is probably going to come out like Debrat. When the Dixon complaint surfaced, that post went viral, accusing Perry of wrongdoing and disclosing private conversations. All of a sudden, the supposedly amicable split with Delilah did not seem so amicable. She seemed to have anticipated the storm and dipped before it arrived. This is where things get crazy though. The specifics are just as important as the charges. After Perry allegedly made acting proposals to Dixon, the conversation allegedly degenerated into provocative messages, late-night texts, and even inappropriate physical contact. Messages like "I would frack you" and "I have not been touched in months" are among the leaked texts that have gone viral.
So there I was in this moment, trying to get to this place, trying to push, trying to make it happen. And I had to encourage myself. And what I mean by that is something to get away from everything negative that's around you. Block it out with all you can. Block it out completely and start putting on music and read things and read the word and things that encourage you, things that are going to make you stronger inside, because the strength, when it gets in this, comes from the soul. Everything else got to get in line. I think it comes from within first.
Delilah is thrust back into the spotlight at this point. If these allegations prove to be accurate, her parting from Perry was not a simple one. It begins to appear as though she intentionally left. The fact that Dixon came forward with those receipts may have validated her long-held concerns and what she had already witnessed behind closed doors. According to some, Delilah was aware of Perry's personal life from the beginning, but decided to keep quiet for the benefit of their child, her reputation, and possibly even mission to prevent Perry's empire from collapsing. However, some were quick to wonder if this was the true reason she departed after the case became viral online. Recall that Delilah remained silent when Perry shared the ambiguous "I am single" comment on Instagram. No protection, no shade. She simply disappeared. That silence suddenly seems deafening, as if she were retreating from a catastrophe she could see coming a mile away. This lawsuit is the spark that ignites the fuse that used to be whispered in private, but is now being revealed to the world. It is difficult to disregard the timetable that the court documents present. According to Dixon, he met Tyler Perry at an event back in 2019. According to reports, Perry saw him, asked for his phone number, and began giving him clues about upcoming parts. And suddenly, presto, Dixon got a job. Before it wasn't, everything appeared to be calm. Dixon claims that Perry invited him to his Atlanta home approximately a year later. Dixon showed up, believing it to be a career move or a mentor move, but the night plummeted quickly, he said. After drinking too much, they crashed in a guest room and woke up to the rumored contact between Perry and his thighs. Dixon claims that after shutting it down right away, things became awkward, and then it is just plain weird. Dixon says he received constant messages from Perry. The texts loaded this time and are currently circulating the internet. One message reportedly said, "No straight man would be going on walks with you or cooking dinner for you unless they wanted to." Yes, I would. What would it take for him to spend guilt-free time with Dixon? Inquired another. Although the messages are disorganized, they are more profound. Dixon claims that Perry's portrayal of a gay homeless man who exchanges intimacy for housing in one of his plays was not merely a part. In real life, he says it was exactly what Perry wanted from him. Dixon claims that Perry informed him up front that he wanted someone who was devoted to him, obedient, and completely reliant on him. Dixon claims he felt stuck at that point. He did not feel safe, but he also did not want to lose his chance in the business. He made an effort to establish limits by telling Perry that he was not interested in that, but the texts apparently continued. Then the tipping point arrived. Dixon claims that Perry asked him if he liked it harshly in bed on a subsequent visit in 2020, before allegedly responding, "Look how thrilled you just became," and snatching him by the throat. Dixon claims that after pushing Perry away, he left, but that was not the end of it.
Also, often we forget when we see celebrities and people who have achieved so much, people like Tyler, we don't understand that middle point. You know a little bit of the beginning, you come from nothing and you build up to being this giant. But what did that gray area middle look like? And that really defines someone's success, right? Just that dedication and not giving up.
According to several insiders, texts like the ones that are currently trending online may have been the last straw. It is alleged that in Dixon's instance, Delilah either saw those texts herself or learned about Perry's communications with other men. These texts undoubtedly conflate personal and professional matters, and they were accompanied by the stress of maintaining a false public persona. Perhaps she could not have continued to pretend much longer. Although Delilah has been silent in public, rumors are circulating that she has been discreetly supporting the judicial system from the sidelines. She has not stood up for Perry. She has not made an effort to tidy up the mess. And that quiet says a lot to many people. Additionally, according to insiders, she has entirely cut herself off from Perry's whole social circle since their breakup. Perhaps she dipped before the storm made landfall because she anticipated it and concentrated on her own advocacy, modeling, and maintaining a low profile with her kid. Or perhaps she simply grew weary of pretending. In any case, what was once described as a mutually amicable breakup is now more akin to a full-fledged exodus. Additionally, Delilah will be viewed as the woman who left on time rather than merely the ex if Dixon's statements in court are confirmed. The internet went crazy when the lawsuit was dropped. Screenshots, court documents, and those outrageous purported texts began to circulate through time more quickly than anybody could verify their accuracy. Social media is divided into two factions as usual. Some are calling it all a setup, while others are prepared to cancel Tyler Perry right away. While some people were not startled at all, others were truly stunned. Someone responded back after someone posted, "I did not know Tyler Perry is gay. You guys are acting like this is news. He has been fruity," with the actual shock that it eventually reached the courtroom. And for many in the LGBTQ+ community, the case inspired something deeper. Discussion of identity. Was Perry truly struggling with his identity in private? What is actually happening here then? Is this just another high-profile takedown motivated by controversy, money, and celebrity? Or is this an instance of someone suppressing their truth until it became something darker? The claims are not being accepted by everyone. The messages seem more flirtatious than menacing to some people. Seems like flirting and dull talk, but people are so easily swayed. One user said, anything concerning a black man will be believed by them. These texts sound like an older guy trying to help a younger one who is closeted. Another person said, although he sounds fruity, he is not harmful, but Dixon is getting a lot of support from others. Tyler Perry, who posted, was undoubtedly attracted to Derek Dixon. Simply read those texts. A wave of criticism followed, pointed directly toward Dixon. The plot itself, the topic, and the timing were all questioned by critics. Requests for receipts were being made. According to a skeptic, Derek Dixon is lying because there are no specific texts or even direct hits in these screenshots. However, the trend has individuals side-eyeing everything, even in the absence of explicit messages. Dixon's own troubles seem to be reflected in Perry's characters, the messaging tone, and the casting. Some people believe it to be too exact to be a coincidence. Others find the term predatory insufficient, although it certainly raises questions.
And when it got really dark, I'll give you two words that helped me. Encourage yourself. If the people around me were negative and naysayers, and listen, I had people that loved me that told me to stop. I was never going to make it. They weren't. My mother told me I was never going to make it. It wasn't that she was trying to hurt me. It's just that she couldn't see what God had planted in me. And her vision for me was to go work at the phone company, make a few $100s a month and get some benefits. She would have been very happy with that. But when God puts something down on the inside of you and it starts growing, it will stretch everything inside of you till it gets out.